Hello everyone, RoseGoldSerpent here and welcome back to The Nest. In this week's episode we are continuing our raid town with a new build. I decided it would be nice to build a church for our little helpless villagers so they can pray to whatever deities they believe in, whilst I use their fear for my own personal gain. I decided to use white concrete for this church to mimic the original priest's church thing, because I still haven't found a mesa biome and I definitely don't have enough terracotta for what I'm planning. I found a nice little sketch of a church on Pinterest I'm going to use as an inspiration and as a guide, so that this hopefully looks like a church and not just a blob of white. So with my concrete ready, I started laying out the basics. I want the roof to be as even as possible, as I'll have a small little entryway with a roof on it that's separate from the main build before you come into the main build. It's probably got a fancy church name, but I don't know what it is. I'm using oak as the contrasting wood because I had a ton of it left over from the tower build, basically. Deciding how tall this church would be was also a bit of a mission. In all the churches I've ever been inside, you can see up into the rafters. So I wanted to keep that feeling. Churches tend to be quite old buildings too, so I didn't want it to feel modern either. I really wanted to try and capture that ancient wood feeling. It's a shame you can't get like rotted wood. I think that'd be quite fun, and dirty concrete would be good as well, because I didn't want to put grey concrete in because it doesn't quite look the way I wanted it to. But I did just want to try and keep it as old as feeling as I could by keeping it quite minimalistic. So this is where I'd gotten to after about an hour. This build is only a big rectangle after all, and the building was fairly quick. It was more having to run and gather sand and gravel and white dye that took a lot of time. I did spend a whole night hunting skeletons, just so I could get enough bone meal to make enough white dye for this. I did take a moment to mine out where I wanted the windows to go. I'll be filling them with coloured glass panes to try and get them to mimic the stained glass windows you normally see in churches. I won't be adding any fancy patterns or designs or anything like that though, because these windows are only 2x3 and I think it would look better if they were just uniform. Although each window will probably be a slightly different colour, I think that would be quite fun. I do also intend to add a big window at the back at some point as well, because normally there's somewhere where the churchy person stands and does stuff. I don't know, I've never been to a sermon. Whilst I was putting down some wood, just to signify the top of the build, I accidentally stripped a bit of wood at the bottom and decided, you know what, fuck it. This is the look we're going for now. Strip wood for the win. Huzzah. Then, because I never prepare for anything, I had to stand around and wait for trees to grow. Oh, finally. Then it was time to make a start on the roof. I went pretty basic and just used spruce stairs, nothing complicated. It took me only 2 attempts to get this side of the build how I wanted it, which is always a win. The roof took forever. Between cutting down trees and placing the blocks, this definitely took longer than anything else in the whole build. Everything else was really simple in comparison. I did muck this up a little bit. I'll tell you in a minute. At this point, I was feeling pretty good about the church. The roof was coming along nicely, and it actually looked like what I was building. It wasn't until I started the other half of the roof that I realised my mistake. You see, despite my best efforts, I realised I hadn't counted the sides out evenly. And it wasn't until I was laying down the floor and looked up that I noticed they weren't in the same place. I'm sure you can all see that really weird block sticking out where it shouldn't be. I did try and hide it because I hate taking lots of things down when I've built them. But that didn't really help. And unfortunately, this meant I was going to have to take it all down, move the side out by 1 block, and do it all again. Yay. last thing I added now to the bulk of my roof was some spruce wood just to cover up along the middle, so there wouldn't be a gap for all the rain to get in. At this point the build was largely done. The roof took up the most time out of all of it. I got some red carpet for the floor. I'm sure I remember the churches have red carpets up the middle, I think. I used oak steps and some signs to make the pews up and down the middle, and added a little raised section at the end. I'm going to put one of those stand things on that I can't remember the name of that you give to villagers to get stuff from. Looks like a pew. I'ma call it a pew. And I used some more steps just to finish off the last part of the roof, and then it officially couldn't rain on the inside. Huzzah! And here's one I made earlier. I then decided it was time to get those windows in. I actually really wanted some green, but couldn't find any green dye and had to go with white, grey, teal and blue. Unfortunately, it was around about this point that my Elgato decided it didn't want to work for me and cut out, which unfortunately means this video is a tad shorter than I wanted, and also I don't have a filmed outro for you guys, which is also why this video is late. I think I need some new HDMI cables, so hopefully as soon as I get those I'll be able to get things rolling properly again. I don't have a subscriber shout out this week for the same reason. I like to actually take a moment to show the person and have a fun time about it, and I don't feel like I can do that this week. So subscriber shout out will be back next week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed my church. The next time you see it, it will be finished and light sources will be placed. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I am RoseGoldSerpent. Like, subscribe and leave a comment to let me know what you think, and I will catch you later.